Hi there, ladies. All right, we are in week 3 of the Fast Away, and this is my favorite week. I'll say it every day this week because we're focused on the role of hormones and sleep and stress in our wellness and our fat loss. And we are tempted to think those aren't even connected, but they really are, as we talked about a little on Monday, in large part because our hormones are activated every time we eat and they play a role in every cell in our body and every function in our body. So today our focus is on how can we actually prioritize sleep so that we can keep having wellness, balanced hormones, and keep burning fat. We're going to be very practical in this training. So again, as I mentioned Monday, your hormone, your stress hormone, cortisol, is also involved in whether or not your body is going to be able to burn fat. And your stress hormone, cortisol, is a big player in regulating your sleep and your wake cycles. So your stress hormone cortisol, ideally in the morning, would be high and wake you up. And your hormones of cortisol would ideally kind of go lower and lower through the day and be low enough at night that you would fall asleep and stay asleep until it's time for them to rise again and wake you up. Unfortunately, because of our lifestyle, our cortisol can get way out of whack. And before you know it, a night or two of poor sleep has gone by and we have stopped burning fat because all the wrong hormones are doing all the wrong things. Our hormones that tell us we're hungry are going crazy. We're feeling all kinds of cravings for sugar because our insulin is too high, because that's part of what happens when your cortisol is too high from not sleeping, and you just don't know what to do with yourself. So first, let me empower you with the progress over perfection mindset here, in that how great is it to know that when you didn't get enough sleep, it is okay. You can put some steps in place and improve your sleep gradually. And when you feel those sugar cravings and you just want to eat, you can also know, hey, that's because I didn't get enough sleep and I don't have to go eat to feel better. I don't have to go have processed sugar to feel better. Instead, have a handful of berries. It's going to help because there's fiber in there and it's going to satiate your body calling for carbohydrates to balance out all the cortisol that's in there. And then have some water and go on a gentle, slow walk, go take a nap, go work on your plan for how you're going to prioritize sleep. You have choices. You do not have to feel powerless in the face of the cravings for sugar and food that come from being tired, when you know it's because of hormone things happening in your body. So put on your progress over perfection mindset, have that handful of berries to tame the sugar craving that is going to come from your body when you don't have enough sleep, because it's just trying to get some way for it to feel better. And let's put some things in place here. I'm going to go through 10 ways that you can actually prioritize getting enough sleep. And they're going to be starting from when you get up all the way through how you go to bed. And you're going to start with what feels good. You do not need to take notes unless you like to. I'm going to have this all reposted for you in the replay, and have this in your hands for you in your Sunday email, so that you can pick and choose the pieces that would serve you for where you are right now in prioritizing sleep. So first things first would be to consistently get up and go to bed at the same time. This helps your body's hormones that are regulated by that stress hormone cortisol stay in balance. So when you get up at 6:30 in the morning every day and go to bed at 10 every day, your body stays very happy. It makes it easier to sleep all of the time. And there's a little science out there saying most of us need between 7 to 9 hours of sleep and do best by sleeping by 10 p.m. And just because of how we're made. So same time, up and down every day. Very powerful. Step one. Next thing I recommend is getting sunlight on your eyes and skin first thing you can in the morning. Again, it sets that body clock. So go over by a window if you can't get outside. If you can sit outside and just soak up the sun while you have your coffee, or whatever else you could sneak in right first thing in the morning. That is a great way to get to your body's hormones set on the right clock, so that when it comes time later to fall asleep, you're going to be good to go. Third piece, I want you to be mindful of exercise and its impact on your cortisol, on your stress hormone. Exercise is a slight stressor. Our HIIT workouts that we do, that kind of exercise Monday, Tuesday, increases your cortisol, increases your stress hormone. Your body goes into fight or flight to some extent. So if you are doing that kind of exercise too close to bedtime, it will be hard for the cortisol to get as low as it needs to be so you can fall asleep. So just be mindful of exercise and its impact on you and how you feel, You might want to do your high intensity interval training cardio type workouts earlier in the day. Now, strength training releases slightly different hormones, more calm down kind of hormones. So you might be able to get away with doing your strength training workout later into the evening. And again, just be aware of exercise and its impact on your body and leverage that to help prioritize sleep as needed for you. Next thing, we do this already in the Fastaway, so we're ahead of the game. Check this one off the list. Prioritize having rest and recovery days. All the scientific literature points to this, that when you give your body time to rest and recover, your sleep improves. Your body needs it. And a lot of rest and recovery actually is done in your sleep. We sometimes say muscles are torn at the gym and fed in the kitchen and built in bed. So prioritize your rest and recovery days. They're super important. It's a lot of work is happening just by you taking that long walk or having that rest day or doing the yoga or Pilates. All right, next one we already do, you guys. This is great. We're like checking off so many things with our Fastaway lifestyle. This is eat clean. There's lots of research out there now that shows the extra weirdness and work and blood sugar spiking that happens when you eat processed food keeps you awake. So eating clean is a support for your sleep. How amazing and great is that? And you might have already noticed that a lot of Fastaway ladies say definitely by week 3, they're noticing more energy, especially in the morning, and better sleep at night. So a piece of that puzzle is less and less processed food. And you know what it's going to include? Stopping caffeine by 12 p.m. Be honest with yourself. Caffeine can stay in your system for 10 to 12 hours. I do 1 caffeine, 6 ounces in the morning around 7:30, and I don't have another all day, because in my 40s, I started having so many sleep problems, and I do not want that to happen again. I'm really protective and prioritize my sleep. So I want you to do the same thing. Stop caffeine by noon, including black tea and green tea. It all counts. It will help you. I know it's hard, but with how much energy you're getting from your Fastaway lifestyle, you probably aren't needing as much caffeine later in the day anyway. Next thing, use mindful stress management. And we're going to have a whole training about this tomorrow, because hormones, stress, fat loss, and sleep are all intricately tied together. So in very brief, you can mindfully use stress-reducing activities to help you sleep. Again, because they will lower your cortisol. It's all science. When you're too high on cortisol, too stressed to fall asleep, it's not going to work. But you can take a 15-minute walk. You can write down positive thoughts in a journal. You can do a brain dump in a journal. You can do some meditation. You could sign up for a yoga class. You could dance to some fun music. You could play some relaxing music. All of those have been shown by research, especially music that you consider calming. Love that tool, to help you reduce your cortisol, to reduce your stress on purpose so that you can sleep. And again, I will give you more concrete choices for that tomorrow. Next piece is that I want you to use a routine that helps you wind down, and again, tells your body it is time to get ready to lower the cortisol and sleep. First step of that is to stop screen time at least 1 hour before sleep time, at least by 9, get off the screens. Just have too much research around it to do anything differently. So set yourself up for success, put the phone far away, turn off the TV, take it out of the bedroom, and don't be doing your emails lying in bed after 9. It's just a recipe for disaster. You are important. You got to prioritize that sleep. Other things you can do as part of your calm down, it's time to lower cortisol and go to bed soon routine could be have a cup of warm herbal tea, take a warm bath, write out a to-do list for the next day to let yourself dump the stresses that are in your brain. Pray, meditate, use some essential oils, whatever else, wash your face, brush your teeth, all of those things that signal you that it's time to calm down. And here's what I like to have you do is this next step as part of this routine. A next step is to prepare the sleeping environment and keeping it cool and dark. So that could even be part of your wind down routine. What I like to do is have as part of our bedtime routine around our house, turning off all the overhead lights. You can almost see mine that's shining up there. They represent like the sun, and our body says, sun's up, wake up. So to go around the house and turn off the overhead lights and turn on your like bedside lamps. Get the lights below your eyes. You'll be amazed by how much that sends the sleepy signal to your body. Make that part of the wind down routine. Closing the blinds, turning down the air conditioning so it's colder, and making things as dark as possible are all ways for you to prepare your environment to encourage sleep. You could buy a sleep mask. They're very inexpensive on Amazon. Use one of those at night. Maybe get some blackout curtains. You'll be surprised if you implement these things. If you look around and notice, oh, there's a ton of light in my bedroom at night. If you implement a sleep mask and or those room darkening curtains, that you were asleep will improve. It is very surprising, and it's a one-time quick fix. So let yourself have the chance to make those adjustments to your environment as part of the wind down routine. All right, I have 2 suggestions left, and they are 2 that I use all the time. And one is called box breathing, and the other is called yoga nidra. And these can be part of your wind down routine, and they can also be strategies that you use any time of day or right before bed. So box breathing is a form of encouraging you to breathe deeply. When you breathe deeply, you're activating some nerves in your spinal area that are connected to how cortisol is released, stress hormone. So if you can use these breathing techniques, you are literally changing the hormones released in the body to help you de-stress and lower cortisol to fall asleep easier and de-stress easier. Box breathing is called box breathing because you breathe in and hold and then breathe out for the same amount of time, kind of like a cube. So breathe in for 4 seconds, hold for 4 seconds, and breathe out for 4 seconds. And repeat that 4 times. If 4 seconds is too long for you at first, take it down to 2 or 3 and see how you feel. And you'll be pretty surprised. It's such a cool tool. It's like the way to switch your body into calm down and de-stress. And it takes just a few moments. So try out box breathing. Last but not least, I love the strategy of yoga nidra. If you've never heard of this, this is a type of yoga where you just lay down and do nothing. And it is guided. And I actually learned about it from a woman who helps veterans use this to help them recover from post-traumatic stress disorder. And so I have a link I'm going to share with you here in the post so that you can listen into one of my favorite yoga nidras, where Lizzie Hill is her name. She's a yoga teacher, will guide you through this meditation. She'll tell you exactly what to do. And basically, it's a form of like active resting, where you lay down and you relax each part of your body and practice some breathing. The clip I'm going to share with you is like about 20 minutes long. And I love to use it to calm down and get great deep sleep before bed. You can use yoga nidra any time of day that you want to just refresh yourself and then start again. It is a very powerful tool for you to prioritize sleep. And again, don't just have to use it right before bed. Use it any time of day, but it's still going to help you prioritize sleep because it's helping you to get rid of too much cortisol, get rid of too much stress hormone. Which is what is standing in the way of proper sleep. And like we'll talk about tomorrow, standing in the way of fat loss and de-stressing. So those are my 10 tips. Again, they're all going to be in the post that is with this training so that you can ask all the questions and take all the notes if needed. And I'm going to get these to you in an email so that you can choose what strategies for prioritizing sleep would be easy for you to start with. Start with what feels good. Get the sleep ball rolling well for you, and it is going to support your wellness and fat loss. These changes are so worth it. So ask your questions in the comments, and we can keep the conversation going about sleep, and you can keep burning fat and being well. All right, I will check in with you all soon.